New from 88 Films is The Untold Story. I was eager to check this one out because I absolutely adored Ebola Syndrome, and this was directed by Herman Yao, starring Anthony Wong. And you have a similar somewhat story, I think kind of loosely based on a true story, about a man who commits a series of bloody murders, who then takes the bodies, processes them, and sells them to the punters of his restaurant as food. Barbecue pork bao buns type of thing. And it's just incredibly silly, as we have a group of police officers investigating what's going on, and the increased craziness that Anthony Wong brings as there is blood and viscera thrown in his face liberally throughout the film. I love this one. The story's fairly simple, and it actually is kind of similar to the beginning setup of Ebola Syndrome, only this time we just have the crazed maniacal ways of Anthony Wong. When it goes for the violence and the gore, it's exaggerated. Blood pours, covers our hero. It is designed to make you kind of feel yucky, but it's kind of funny at the same time. And the rest of the cast and the crew and the characters also bring a great deal of levity to the film. It is a comedy of sorts. I can understand people being easily offended by this one. Personally, I find it so ridiculously over the top and funny that I had a whale of a time visiting this one. When we have the blood and the gore sequences, they're so over the top and played out and exaggerated and fueled by ridiculous amounts of blood that I couldn't help but just chuckle at the nonsense that's going on. And this is all fueled by Anthony Wong, who I think is just wonderful in these roles and characters of really sleazy, disgusting, dirty feeling people. The way he acts in a scene where he starts just clawing at himself and he's doing this all the time, and just his mannerism makes him feel as if he's just filthy in every way, just a horrible person who's easily offended and quick to anger. The whole side plot with the police is just kind of ridiculous. We've got this police chief that keeps swanning in with these beautiful women in tight dresses who everybody envies. Even one of the female members of his team wishes that was her. They're kind of jovial, jokey, there to laugh at rather than follow their investigation. The second half of the film, when they get their man and they're investigating and they're trying to get a confession out of him, becomes even sillier. There's one point where Anthony Wong decides to try and take his life by biting the artery in his wrist, which it's just silly, funny, laugh out loud nonsense. This is the kind of bloody, gore-fueled silliness that I love. There is a definite tone here, and that tone is not to shock or appall, it's to make you laugh. It's Evil Dead 2 kind of disturbing content, but done in a really funny manner. And I think it nails exactly what it's attempting to do. I think it does it better in Ebola Syndrome. I think they kind of take their lessons from this and expand upon that world, creating something far funnier, far gorier, far more repulsive. But there's the grounding works for that here. If you liked Ebola Syndrome, you're going to love The Untold Story. It's more of the same, more of the kind of stuff that I really appreciated. Let's dive in, have a look at the extras. Let's go to the bonus features. We have an audio commentary with Frank Jen, an archival commentary with Anthony Wong, and a third commentary with Herman Yao. Hong Kong superstars. Anthony Wong's UK visit is 12 minutes 42 seconds. He's basically shown you a little bit of a clip of him arriving at a festival, giving some Q&A, and a kind of interview talking about his how he got into filmmaking. Cantonese Carnage interview with Rick Baker is 13 minutes 38 seconds, and he's talking all about the impact of Cat 3 films, trying to license them for the UK, how they would get butchered, how there was such a strong market for them, and touching on a lot of films that have still to see good Blu-ray releases. We've got the Hong Kong trailer, which runs 3 minutes 23 seconds. It's kind of poor quality, but it just shows the remarkable work done with the transfer. And we have the English trailer, including wonderful voiceover, man. It's 1 minute 40 seconds. Also with this, you get the new poster art and the old poster art, as well as a 40-page booklet with some interviews, behind-the-scenes pictures and posters from the Untold story. And that's the extras for this film. I would love to know your thoughts on the Untold story if you've seen it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you fall somewhere in the middle? Do you think it was better or worse than Ebola syndrome? Well, you kind of know where I sit on this one, but I want to know your opinion. There is more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.